This is Life's a Pitch TV. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Laken's, all about hearing. GBS Builders, Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, Venue 60, The Hudson Group, Sound 4 Pro Audio, Come Hither Design, and Suffolk Sound. Charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Combat to Coffee. To the DPS Tech Arena. Thank you, Butch. It's good to see so many people here and in such fine voice after two brilliant wins. Marvellous. Welcome to Life's Pitch TV. I'm your host, Mark Murphy. As I say, welcome to the DPS Tech Arena. Wherever you're watching or listening around the world, you are most welcome. Let me introduce to the team. Here's Terry Butcher. And usually he's ever present, but unfortunately Russell's not very well. He's got the flu. Man flu. You can tell him that, I couldn't.
Yeah, I will.
I know you will. And in the Sound 4 Pro Audio production suite on technicals, Richard Garrett. He loves it. He loves it. And Sarah Jane's our floor manager tonight. And, of course, we've got a capacity crowd in this evening in the Churchman Stand, sponsored by John Keeble Cars. Give us a big cheer. And the North Stand, sponsored by Ashford Wright. We need a guest. Please welcome everybody, Alan Judge! Good to see you, Judgy. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
I saw you eyeing up our Life's a Pitch and Putt leaderboard earlier on.
I'm just looking at... I'm surprised where Tommy Smith is. He mustn't have been happy with what he got.
Well, he was playing with a right-handed club and he's left-handed.
Shock excuses.
So he's going to have to come back at some point.
I'm sure he will. Knowing Tommy the way I do, he will not be happy.
Where would you like to be on that leaderboard, do you think?
If I get 12th, I'll be happy.
OK. We will test you out a bit later on, but it's great to see you. Before we start the show, I just want to pay tribute to an Ipswich Town legend who we lost. And there was a fantastic minute's applause at Portman Road for the game against Stoke. David Best, former Town goalkeeper, has passed away at the age of 81, 199 appearances for Town. He was part of Bobby Robson's first teams, and he was the keeper when we won the Texaco Cup. He played in both of those legs when I believe we beat Norwich, didn't we? Yay! So our thoughts with his friends and family. A bit before your time, Butch?
Yeah, just before. Just looking at the picture, did he have any gloves on then? Because
no,
goalkeepers never had
like
gloves.
It, no,
goalkeepers didn't have gloves in those days. And then when they came, they were very thin things anyway. Nowadays, they're massive, aren't they? Like frying pans.
Everybody wears gloves.
Yeah, everybody does, yeah. Everybody sticks them on their forehead as well, don't they? Yeah. What was all that about?
Great servant to Ipswich Town, though, and a fantastic tribute to him at Portman Road.
It was good. It was good, wasn't it? From both sets of supporters, and that was very touching.
Yeah, he was, and for many people, he was, part of the Town team that Bobby Robson started building. He built several teams, didn't he? Including the one that you won the UEFA Cup with.
Yeah, many teams. But he was given time to do that. But it was just great to see the guys. Not great to see that they've passed away, but they gave their all at a time where it was all about playing and no rotations and just getting out there and getting stuck in. But he was a very good goalkeeper.
Well, let's talk about rotations because they seem to be working at the moment. A couple of wins, Judgy, a couple of good wins for Town.
Yeah, very good wins. I thought last night they actually performed better last night than they did on Saturday. I thought it was a really good game last night. As Kieran said at the end of the game, it was just a game they didn't finish off. I felt like Stoke had a few chances in the first half, but Town were the better team. And then going back to Saturday, the first half probably wasn't great. Second half, I felt like they just blew Coventry away and they just overpowered them.
None of us really, I think if we're in fairness, thought that would happen on the show last week. Butch, I don't think any of us were predicting a 3-0, were we?
No, we weren't. I was very disappointed in Coventry. I felt that they had a bit like Stoke, teams that are in the top 6 or whatever. They're a bit toothless. They just they passed it in pretty patterns and all this kind of thing. You expect more shots. You expect shots on target. You expect teams up there, particularly Coventry, who score a good few goals, that they would make a lot of chances. But they didn't really seem to do that. And it's disappointing to watch, but great from our point of view.
Yeah, and I think it just shows the squad and depth that Ipswich have. Coventry had a few injuries, didn't really have any other way of getting to Ipswich. Ipswich can bring on 4 or 5, multi-million-pound players. I think that's a big difference that Ipswich has over everybody else. And
at the moment we've got a fit squad. That won't always stay like that, but we've got strength in depth where perhaps other teams haven't got it.
Yeah, it's okay having strength in depth, but you want a team out there that's going to perform. And it was really rare last night that he only made one change, and that was enforced with a suspension of George Hurst. But I just think there was a team. I think that if between Hurst and Azon, but that team is his strongest team. And I felt after we'd lost the 2 games, he's got to play that front 4. Obviously with Hurst out, Azon came in, but that 3 is behind the striker. That's our best 3.
I don't know if anybody else thinks it. I'd like to see Sammy get a chance up top when he's fully fit, because I just remember he scored 28 goals playing for Blackburn up front on his own. Obviously, I know he's a really good number 10, but the amount of chances that Ipswich are creating at the moment, he is a natural finisher. So I'd like to see him when he's fully fit. I'd wonder if he'd get that chance.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good shout.
Call.
I mean, it'd be nice.
Good shout, yeah.
Because that Akpom doesn't look the finished article in any position he plays, to be honest. But no, it would be nice if you got that. And if you've got that variety and that adaptability, then why not?
Yeah, give them a go. Well, we've got the highlights to watch from the Coventry match, courtesy of our friends at Town TV. So let's have a look at that 3-0 win.
The runaway league leaders are in town this afternoon as Ipswich host Coventry City here at Portman Road. And Ipswich throw high up the pitch. Waller Egley receives the throw early from Nunez, and he's going to drive at the penalty area, and it's a low effort at goal. Here's Kesler Hayden, Redoni trying to spot the run of Eccles inside the penalty area. Eccles into the side netting. Here is Kitching. Darrow O'Shea wins the header above Sims, but Jay Da Silva beats Matasiwa to it. Da Silva racing forward. Mason Clark outside him. Here is Ephraim Mason Clark standing up towards the back post. The header from Kane Kesler Hayden. It's a free header. Kesler Hayden to deliver from the right side towards Kitching. Hurst wins the initial header. Now Bobby Thomas just tries to backheel that back. Shot comes in and it hits the post from Eccles. So close to giving Coventry City the lead. It was a pure strike from the edge of the area. Eccles gets it back. Now Mason Clark goes for goal now, and Walton has to tip it over the bar, but Coventry are knocking on the door.
It looks like it's going in and it rattles against the post. Thought Walton got down to it. I'd like to see the replay if he touches it, but it rattles into the post. Yeah, it's a great touch. Great touch.
Missed that on first viewing, Westy. What a spot. Matasiwa does well to win it ahead of Kesler Hayden. Now can he find Philogene? Philogene cutting it back, and it's through a few legs. Back to Waller Egley. Davis now right side, lifting it. Philogene still inside the penalty area. Back to Waller Egley now. It's Waller Egley. It's in the bottom corner. It's a brilliant finish from the Norwegian. It looked like the chance had gone, but composed play from Philogene to play it back to Sindra Waller Egley, and it is beautiful from the 19-year-old. Ipswich 1, Coventry 0. It's much more like it from his Ipswich Town team. Kitbrae shrugging off Redoni and shrugging off Eccles, and Hurst might be in behind here. Hurst is away from Thomas. It's Hurst, and it's straight at Rushworth. Big chance for the Ipswich number 9. Redoni popping up on the left. Here is Redoni trying to cross in. O'Shea, I think, might have just lost his footing, but whilst on the floor he manages to head away. And then Nunez has played it over the top. Hurst is onside because he was inside his own half. It's Hurst, it's a huge shot. It turns this turn! George Hurst racing away from Bobby Thomas and Liam Kitching, just as he did at Barnsley all those years ago. Beating In comes the free kick from Grimes, headed away by Kipre. Kesler Hayden floating this towards the back post. Taylor heads away only as far as Mason Clark, who lashes his effort wide. Jamie Allen, Van Ewijk looking for Kesler Hayden. He rises, back post. Sims can't link up with Thomas, and then Radoni trying to curl it into the far corner. Again, another magnificent save from Christian Walton. Tries to help it across to Kai Andrews, but Furlong, again another consistent performance from him. Heads it into Clark, and Clark is away from Grimes, and Clark is feeding it into Ivan Adon, and Adon is bearing down into the penalty area, trying to square it across to Schmolix. Drops for Adon, makes it 3! The icing on the cake! Ivan Adon tried to be unselfish at first, but the ball rebounded back to him. The Spaniard took his time, he found the bottom corner. Ipswich lead the league leaders by 3-0, and they're going to be taking all 3 points. The final whistle blows. What a performance from Ipswich Town.
Well, thanks to Town TV for the highlights. That was fantastic, wasn't it? What a fantastic match. What do you make of that, Judgy?
Yeah, brilliant. I think special mention to Walton. I think he's had unlucky been with injuries. A keeper's come in and took a spot. He's had to wait. He's come back in again, and some of the saves that he's making there are
particularly
unbelievable.
there in the first half, pushing it on the post, and then the follow-up save as well.
Brilliant. Yeah, but the thing is, we know Ipswich can still go even better. I think that's probably, you could say, a frightening thing. There's been so many international breaks. This is generally a new team. It's not the team from 2 years ago, not even the team from a year ago. There's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of international breaks. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see after Christmas time they kick on, really, to be honest.
But it's about consistency, obviously. But he's got to know his players a lot more, because it was virtually a brand new team that he brought in, and it's getting that blend right. And I think he's at a position now where the blend appears to be very good. And it's, like I said about the front three and all this sort of thing. Once you've got a group of players, but particularly the team, and it's firing on all cylinders, which it did last night in particular, and obviously on Saturday, then you don't know where it could take you. It could really take you to the top of the table, and I think that's what we'll do, because after Christmas is the most important time, really, because it's there you get the run going for the playoffs, then for automatic promotion. So I think it's tailor-made to, when you say look at the squad, and it's tailor-made for a good run, because there's a lot of harmony there, and the ones that are out, they're going to come in and be an important part as well. But I don't think they're going to get any regular games now. I think the tinkering will be over now.
I think what Kieran might be thinking is that do the rotation start of the season, everybody's still fresh and fit come Christmas time, which we know in the Championship, Saturday, Tuesday can be 3 weeks even in a row. After Christmas, there's no excuses, really. He's given them all game time. Then he might nail down his starting 11, as Terry says then.
Well, it was really good to watch, that's for sure. I mean, Hurst has had a bit of an up and down season, hasn't he? People have been getting on his back a bit. He missed a good chance. But then again, great pass from Nunez, straight onto it. Composure. Had a lot of time to think, didn't he? Which sometimes goes against you if you're a striker. But a great goal from him. He took it really well. Yeah,
great. And it's good to see George score goals when he gets them, because when you watch a game sometimes on TV, you don't actually see what George does for the team when you're actually in the stadium. He does a lot of work. He takes a lot of smacks in the back. He's like a battering ram at times. And that's why I do feel like him and Sammy do work quite well. And he's starting to get that, with Nunez as well. So I know George might not score all the time, but I think he does a lot for the team. And I think when you're in the stadium, you actually see that through your own eyes.
I think I'm glad he scored, because he was going to be Coventry's best player. So I think it was important that he did score, but he took it really well. I mean, that's a sign of a striker, when you're missing chances, that you keep going, because you know you're going to score one, as long as the team makes the chances. And we've got players like Nunez in particular that can give him chances as well. He wasn't called Hurst, he was called Worst, but now he's all right. He's Hurst again.
And Egley,
I'm sure he'll like me saying that.
Oh, I'm sure he will, Butch. Yeah, Egley as well. What do you make of him, Alan?
He's the one I've enjoyed the most this season. I think he's 19 years of age. He's no problem taking the ball. He's quicker than I think people think he can glide by people. The good thing is he can take his fullback on the outside, and I find the most impressive thing about him, he knows that he can come inside and he opens up the pitch, as in he can hit a diagonal like he's a centre midfielder. He gets that ball across the Philogene. He misses out the midfield, so I've been really impressed with him, and the fact he's only 19.
Yeah, and he knows where the back of the net is, Butch, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he does. When he, as you say, with those raking crossfield passes, they're tremendous. They're the best in the game, sort of thing. And it opens the play up and opens Philogene up 1-on-1 as well. So it's good. And against QPR, he went on the outside and he crossed it with his right foot, and Hurst scored. So, he can do it both ways. Philogene can do it both ways as well, which is what you want your wingers to have, because you've played out wide. You know what it's like out there. Sometimes it's a lonely place. Sometimes you get all the people in the world over there.
Yeah, exactly. Some games you'll get the ball the whole time. But bear in mind, I was never as quick as them too, to be honest. But yeah, when you have, like as you're saying, Sidre can play the ball over the other side. Where do you want Philogene 1v1 with his fullback? They don't want to be tackling him, and it'd be great to see Philogene just take his level that he has at home, if he can do it away a little bit more. But obviously, I understand different types of games away from home.
I'll be interested to see the stats. I think away from home, he's not started the game, and it's always difficult to come into a match and then set the world alight, sort of thing. So, but he's getting stronger. He scores some spectacular goals, and he's you can sense the opposition as soon as he gets the ball. They're in trouble. That's why when he's not playing, the opponents will say, we've got more of a chance now because the top scorer's not playing. But I just think it's great, and it's you sort of look at the games, particularly the Stoke game as well last night, and it was one that you always knew we were going to win, but you needed to get that second goal, because 1-0 up going into the last 5 or 10 minutes, and Stoke had a few corners and a few set pieces to throw into the box. So. But we got there, and I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter sometimes how you play; it's getting those 3 points. And
well, let's talk about the Stoke game, because Philogene up with the first and only goal. I mean, another great strike. He reckons it's probably his second or third best goal ever. He just seems to be able to cut in, doesn't he? Do that.
I've only seen him score goals like that. To be honest, I haven't seen him score a tap in or anything like. He just loves to come inside. Yeah, I think him.
There was
and
someone
Leaf,
on social media the other day saying, "Can we think of a player that has scored that number of goals?" All good quality goals, rather than just in off the back of your bum or that sort of thing, I
imagine how many of his goals are outside the box this year. There must have been most of them.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is that him and Leaf have formed a really good partnership. I think Kieran's gone a bit different with the way Leaf is obviously loves to get forward. He used to go on the outside. If you ever notice, Leaf is now going on the inside a lot more to leave Philogene a lot 1v1 when that ball does go. So Leaf is making a lot of unselfish runs, knowing 9 times out of 10 he's not going to get given the ball.
I was into. Was it what goal was it? The Egley goal when Leaf was on the overlap, and he I think he hit a shot, but it went straight to Philogene. What about that?
It just has Philogene on the brain, obviously.
He does. Okay, I was going to say, what a great pass that was. And then obviously it led to the goal.
I mean, it's great to score early, isn't it, in a game? But to hold on to that lead for the rest of the match is not an easy thing to do, is it, against a quality team like Stoke?
Yeah, but like I say, they were toothless. They weren't going to score. They had a lot of possession. They passed it around well. They got a lot of injuries as well. But I just felt we were in a good position. We had them on the ropes at times. Should have scored more goals. But it's just that nagging doubt that we have conceded like that in the past, where we have dropped points. But I think there was a steelness about them now, which hasn't been there before. Towards the start of the season, there's a steelness now. We can do this. We can, if it takes holding on to it and winning 1-0, then let's do it the gritty way. But they do it. They accomplish their job. Job done.
Yeah, obviously everybody wants to win 2 or 3-0, but I think Kieran will be happy with that side. 2 clean sheets in a row. Obviously, Oxford gave away some sloppy goals, so I think he'd be very happy on that side. Everybody wants to win 2-3-0, but sometimes a good 1-0 win is, especially in the Championship, it's perfect.
No one will remember how many we won by at the end of the season, will
exactly.
they? The points are what counts, aren't they, really? And it's good going into a busy period. Leicester up next, isn't it, at the weekend? We'll talk about them a little bit later on. But before we do that, it's time for this week's Player of the Week, sponsored by GBS Builders. Butcher start against Coventry. Who would you choose?
Well, I think Nunes got man of the match, didn't he, with the supporters? But I would go for Walton.
Well, I think. Well, it's some of the people in the boxes that choose the one that's announced over the
What,
channel.
you mean they're drunk?
No, it's. I think it's the player they'd quite like to meet sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know. Has anybody done that vote yet? No, but I think.
That's probably why.
Yeah, it comes from the corporates.
That's probably why I never won man of the match. As many games I played.
But he had a good game. I'm not taking it away from him. But so you'd go for Walton, would you?
Yeah, I would do. But that Rudoni save when when the Coventry player hit it left foot because everybody's moving away, and he hits it in the other corner because we were sort of behind it, and I thought, what a strike that is! But what a save! And he got a really good hand to it, just not fingertips, a really good hand, and put it out on the opposite side. So, but I think he's growing in confidence even more so. I mean, you've got a regular back four now, which really helps the goalkeeper in front, and obviously helps if you've got a regular keeper that's going to make saves like that. So, yeah, for me, he was a man of the match. But what do you think?
No, I'd agree with that. I think with being out so long, he's come in and he's done an unbelievable job. And if they score that chance, that it's 1-0 early in the game, it can get a bit hostile or whatever. But I think he's been really good. Yeah, I'd give it to him as well. I'd be the same as Terry.
He's also the model professional, isn't he? In and out for various different reasons. Trained hard, worked hard, not bleated or anything. Just comes in and does what he needs to do when he's asked to do it. He's the model professional, really.
He is, but we thought we were model professionals, and we used to have a few drinks after the games and things like that. So, define model professional.
Depends which era, Butch.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, it depends which era.
Yeah, but he is, and he works hard. I mean, the goalkeepers train like mad now, and the more they want more, they want more.
But even in your era, you would have had players who weren't in the team but worked hard, played for the reserves, trained hard, and when they were called upon, came in and did a good job.
The players had to do that. That's what they did. It was a tough regime back in the day, but it's not. It's all sports science now. It's all technical and everything else like that. That's how it should be. We'd have loved that in our day. Would have cut down on the drinking time, but that's a sacrifice we were prepared to make. But
I doubt you would have.
Well, there is that. Yeah, but no, they get good coaching now, and it's nice and solid, and they do a lot of work with the back four patterns of play and all this sort of thing. So
yeah. Okay. So Christian Walton for Coventry. What about Stoke? Unfortunately, we haven't got the highlights to play tonight. But who stood out for you against Stoke, Butch?
Well, the Nunes did it a little bit, but I thought everybody did really well in the game. It was really difficult to pick one. Tell you what I do. I like Azon up front, and his movement. His movement is really, really good. But we haven't quite got the person that's going to just pick out those runs, because he gets. You notice that the balls that he received, like long balls or through balls, he was always on the wrong side of the back four because he timed his run really well. And if we could just utilise that a little bit more, he'd be through, because he's not a slouch. He's not slow. He'll get there.
It's good to see him scoring against Coventry, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's good for him. I mean, he scores tap-ins and he scores other goals as well. But I like his body of work and what he did. So I'll go for Azon, but it's not probably judge's choice. I don't know.
No, I actually liked Matasiwa's performance last night. I think he just does what it says in the tin. He won the ball back, gave it simple, got the team going again. I think he does a lot of work that goes unnoticed. I think he's taken over the reign from Sam quite well. I thought before last night probably Watford would have been his best game. So I thought he played really well. I think him and Jack are actually forming a good partnership as well. And then Nunes is now getting into it a bit more. So hopefully there'll be more balls getting slid through for the strikers. Yeah,
I mean, I love seeing a striker run onto a ball. We haven't seen that very much in recent years. It's great to see. So you would go for Matasiwa, you would go for Azon. Crowd Azon, Matasiwa. There we are. So Matasiwa is our...
You miserable gits. Thanks very much indeed for that. We know who you prefer on these couches, I tell you.
FA Cup, Blackpool at home. All right with that, are we? It's all right, isn't it? Chance to progress.
Yeah, you don't want to go to Blackpool because, with all due respects, that is a Kazi. It's not great. Should I be more controversial?
No,
it's fine.
No, that's fine. No. Is that the town in general or just the football ground?
The football ground's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a hotel and everything now. It's beautiful. But the rest, no.
No.
So I'm glad it's home, and it's at home as well. So it's no banana skins and all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
they're not having a great
they'll
season.
play the fringe players, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a game to make progress.
Good
in.
draw, Judgy?
Yeah, I think so. As Terry said, I wouldn't have probably said what he said, but yeah, not.
Come on.
I had 8 years up around Lancashire, so I know what it's like. Yeah, I think it's a really good draw for them. As I say, you can get the fringe players, few more minutes players that might have been come back from injury. Hopefully, like Wes might get a game, something like that. That'd be great to see if he's fitting well. But yeah, good draw, good chance to get through. More games for the team. Yeah, and you could end up getting a Premiership team after that.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? And that's the excitement of the FA Cup. And I don't know about you lot, I'm still excited by the FA Cup draw when it comes out. You wait for your ball to come out. It's more exciting than the World Cup draw was, wasn't it?
That was diabolical, that was, wasn't it? Yeah, that was awful. I didn't know what was going on, and I don't think the people that were doing it knew what was going on. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was mind-blowing.
Yes, mingling the balls, I think he said. Didn't he mingle the balls?
Yeah, but that's what happens when you've got so many teams, and I've looked at FIFA and I just say, why are you mixing with something that's sacrosanct and it's golden and it's precious? Why are you mucking about with it? Because at the end of the day, it's crazy.
Well,
some of the teams there that are going to be there, well, they deserve to win to get there if they've won their groups or whatever. But nah, I think you just got to have. You want to draw like an FA Cup draw. Anyone can play anyone, rather than seeded as it was. The other day.
The prices for tickets, 5 Live have been talking about it this week. The prices for tickets are astronomical, thousands of pounds for just a basic supporters ticket to go and see one of the games. So it really is big business over there, rather than a sport for the average fan.
It's big business for everybody, for the hotels, for the aircraft, and everything else, airlines. Yeah, it's just a license to print money.
Yeah. But just be careful if you're thinking of going. If you've said anything about Donald Trump on your social media feeds, you might not get in. I'm quickly deleting mine because I'm off there in March. But yeah, it was a bit of a farce, wasn't it, really? Can we just give a round of applause to the women who got a point the other day? Well done. 1-1 away to Durham. A really big step up for them, and so hopefully, fingers crossed, they can build on that. Now, Judgy, retirement.
Yes, yeah.
Tell us all what happened, why, when.
Just time. I was at Braintree last year. I was enjoying it. We stayed up. I helped them stay in the league and whatnot. And I should have called in the summer, but when someone's asking you to continue on, you just thought, yeah, I'll do that. And then it just wasn't the same this year. And anybody that knows Braintree as a club, it's not the best run place or best owner, I'll be honest. So a few things kind of got to me that I was just like, if I'm not enjoying it, there's no point. So I had things in place anyway. I've been doing a bit of coaching, and then lucky enough, I've been doing a bit of media work and whatnot. So yeah, I didn't just quit not having anything to do. I was saying to Terry, I actually think I'm more busy now than when I was playing. So, which is good. It's good to be busy, speaking to obviously ex-pros. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the coaching. I get to see my son play his football. My daughter does dancing. So it's, you get to be with the family a lot more.
It's interesting though, because you've had that routine, haven't you? Yeah. Training, matches, training, etc., for so many years. It's kind of almost ingrained in you, isn't it?
Yeah, and funnily enough, I still, even though I'm not playing, I still have a structure. I still get myself to the gym on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's me having a bit of structure, because we're creatures of habit, aren't we? We're so disciplined, we're so regimented that if you come away from that, I can see where footballers kind of go off the rails. Well,
I saw that tonight because Mandy brought a tub of sweets. Sue brought some Rocky Road and fruit cake. Sausage Roll Dave's here, hey! and we offered you a beer, and you've gone for a bottle of water. So you are trying to look after yourself.
Yeah, I am a bit boring, but yeah, it's just, I think it's just
because some footballers balloon, don't they, when they pack it in?
Yeah, and I don't want to. I've seen some balloon, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get like that. So if I can.
Oh, you've seen that in Brazil lately, have you? Yeah.
I did. So if I can keep that off, the longer the better for me, really.
And of course, Christmas this year will be different for you for the first time, won't it? Probably.
Yeah, first Christmas off, and God knows how long. So, looking forward to it. It's just the 5 of us at home, and then we'll have some family members come over after Boxing Day. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, have a great time. Put your feet up.
I wouldn't say that, but I have 3 kids running around. But yeah, I'll enjoy it. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. Now, look, there's no Russell tonight. As we said, Russell's got the flu at the moment, so he's not very well. But it is time for Ask the Legends. And every week we do this, Judgy. So Terry and Russell have a question. And what are you doing over there, Butcher?
Oh, sorry, nothing.
That's all right. Every week we have a question. He's not reading that out yet. It's questions.
Oh, it's questions.
Questions. Put that back.
I told you, I'm just here to support them.
Just because you're in the lead. Should we start that again? It's time, everybody, for Ask the Legends. No one will notice. Every week on the show, Russell and Terry pit each other with questions asked by Simon or Tony. And you get to choose home or away. And at the moment, Terry is on 16.5 points and Russell on 16. And so in Russell's absence, Judgy, well done. Welcome to the quiz. So Butch, I believe, to go first this week.
Away, please.
Away.
He's going away. Okay, Terry. Luke Littler starts his defence this week in the Darts World Championship at the Ali Pali. But who won the first ever WDC World Darts Championship in 1994? Was it Dennis Priestley, Eric Bristow or Phil Taylor?
I'll go for Derek Priestley.
Dennis Priestley is the correct answer.
Oh!
Very good.
Up to 17.
Excuse me, I've just got to phone Russell and just tell him I got that one.
Just let him know. Just let him know.
17.5. Oh, 18.5, sorry, yes.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah, 2 points, isn't it? Yeah, well, yeah, 18.5. Thank you, crowd. Thank you. Right, to try and pull one back, Judgy. So it's a home question for you.
I'll have, yeah.
Come on, Alan. Bobby Robson signed Alan Hunter in 1971. But from which club did Hunter join from? 1971.
You've done me there. I'm not even born. Obviously.
Can we give him a
have a clue? Yeah, that'd be great. I didn't hear that. What was that?
What was that, Dave?
Lancashire.
Oh, Blackburn, is
Come
it?
on,
Obviously.
Steady on now.
Oh, I was just coughing, Butch.
Blackburn Rovers. Rain.
Do you saying Blackburn Rovers?
Yeah, yeah. By any
Is the
chance?
correct answer. Blackburn Rovers. Terry. VAR.
VAR, give you VAR, I'll tell you.
18.5, Terry Butcher, and Russell Stroke Judgy, 17.
Well done.
We'll take it.
Well done. Brilliant. Now it's time for Life's a Pitch and Putt, sponsored by Seckford Golf Club.
Close your eyes.
So Tony's here from Seckford to place the balls for you. We've got a new leaderboard up, which at the moment has got Wayne Brown on 120. Then we've got George Burley and Leslie Dolphin on 105. Sarah Jane on 100. Sheepshanks, John Walk, 75. Others, Mark Venus, Osman, Tanner on 75. Tommy Smith on 50. And there's a few of us on 0. So you've got 6 balls, Judgy, to see if you can get onto the leaderboard. I have to say, before we went on air, Dean from DPS Tech, our main sponsor, sadly not on camera, but was witnessed, so it can't go on the board, got 200. Didn't you? Yeah, he's all... Yes. Yeah, he did. So it can be done.
It doesn't count, so therefore... no.
It can be done. So give him some encouragement, everybody.
Here we go. He's got this.
Here we go.
Shot number 1.
Get in the hole!
Oh!
75
to start with. He's already beaten Tommy Smith, wants to go home.
You can declare if you want
75. Well done.
Here he is.
Oh!
to. He takes the lead.
My goodness. 150. 2 balls, 150.
Oh, he is fallible.
Still top of the leaderboard on 150. Can we get more? Oh, so close.
rattled,
So close, no,
and didn't go in.
No, rattled both posts on that. Still 150.
Oh no!
And the final one.
And the final one, last one. You can open your eyes now.
Oh, 150 points,
150.
everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've only got to change the top one. You'll be straight on the phone to Wayne Brown now, will you?
Yeah, and Tommy, they're both going to get it.
Well done. Excellent. Well done.
Well, we haven't seen that done ever since we've been doing it.
No, it's great. So top of the leaderboard,
275s in a row.
150
Yeah,
points.
it was magnificent.
Fantastic. Really good. So, do you play much golf then? Is that one of the things that you do? Or?
I am a summertime golfer. It has
Okay.
to be over 18 degrees, no wind, no rain. That's when you get me out.
Perfect conditions tonight then, look, in here.
But funny enough, yeah, how good it was.
You should move to the Caribbean then, because you don't get that here.
We went away just after COVID. Some of the boys in Ipswich, and I don't play, but Luke plays, James Norwood played, they all played. I went up and I managed to win the competition. Norwood was fuming.
Oh, you wouldn't want to upset him, would you?
And do you keep in touch with the lads much who are in your team?
Yeah, we try. Obviously, I'm quite close to Luke. 'Cause, I live near Tommy. I've played with Tommy over the last year or so. So yeah, we do keep in contact. And a lot of my ex-teammates up at Brentford, and then Norris, Edward, and John Nolan, stuff like that. I do keep in contact with them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's good, isn't it, when you can, because you spend so much time together, don't you?
Yeah, and it's Terry. I'll tell you the same thing. You are colleagues, and it's funny enough when you do finish with a team, how much you don't speak to a lot of the team again. So if you do find some, proper friends, as you would call them, along the way, it's quite a good thing.
Yeah. Did you find that as well, Butch? Obviously, you went up to Glasgow, didn't you?
Yeah, it's very. When you're a long distance away, it's really impossible. But you're on the phone and you speak from occasionally. But when you do meet and get together, it's just like old times. Just like a switch is turned on, and you're there again, aren't you? It's just it's a lovely feeling, and when you play alongside somebody, you form a bond that can never be broken, because you see their good bits, their bad bits, and everything else. But you're together on one common cause. So. Yeah, brothers in arms. So it's great. Yeah. But we used to meet up, and it was always the 19th hole that got me, not the 18 before. When you meet up, sometimes you don't want to meet up again because it just hurt. The hangover just hurt.
I think I was in that pub in Villamore, the 19th hole. Yeah, you've been there, haven't you?
Been there many times. Yeah. The 19th hole I have. Yeah.
Was Russ always a good golfer?
Yeah, he was always good. Yeah. Yeah, he obviously played golf when he was younger as a kid, and progressed. And because I had young children, I never really played as a footballer. So when you've had that experience of playing golf for so many years, but he was a sort that he was very focused on what he had to do, and he loved the game. So he's a very, very good golfer. It's forever. Not just a mile, forever.
But you do tend to find that sports people are, in general, good at other sports as well. Good hand-eye coordination. Do you find that? Is that your experience or not?
Yeah, I think it's just a competitiveness of footballers. Do you want to keep themselves busy, keep finding another hobby? That's why obviously you have so many ex-players that go into it. They love golf.
Yeah.
It's not an easy sport, but it gets you moving, etc. And it can be the most frustrating, obviously, that's why I play summertime, because I can't play all throughout the year. It just frustrates the life out of me. But when you do get it right, it's quite pleasing, as I know Terry loves his golf and Russ, so they're probably better to speak on that than me.
No, the thing about it is a static ball you hit, not just a moving ball, because we're used to a ball moving wherever it is. So it's very frustrating, because you think, I've cracked it now. You've hit a good drive, and the next one you put out of bounds and things like this, which I do frequently. So then if I finish a round and I've got more balls in my bag than I had when I took out, that's a great round for me, let alone the score.
Well, surely it was the same as a central defender, wasn't it? Sometimes you cleared it up and it went to a player. Sometimes it went way out the ground.
No, it generally went to a player.
All right, okay.
I didn't always put it on top of the stand, only when I had to.
That's kind of what I was trying to say, I think.
Well, you didn't say it very well.
No, I know. Shall we move on to playing Leicester City? at the weekend. Butch.
13th position, Leicester. 28 points. And they're in no great form at the moment. They've lost 2 out of the last 4. So they're not particularly great at home. So I think we've got a great chance. I think the spirits are high. All depends if there's any knocks or niggles and things like this. I mean, what about Jack Taylor on the pitch? He didn't quite do a Gary Lineker, did he? But he was sick on the pitch. What about that? You know what Gary Lineker did on the pitch in the World Cup? Oh, we all know that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was against the Republic of Ireland as well. Mind you, I felt sick. I played in the same game, I tell you. There's all those Celtic shirts that were around there, all that.
So good time to play Leicester.
Yeah, I think it's a great time. It's a great time to play anybody. And the last thing you want to do is not be selected to play. You want to keep on playing and keep on winning. When you're on a winning run, you just want to keep that, don't you?
It shows how hard it is for the relegated clubs, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, it does. It does, but we're the pick of the relegated
we
teams at the moment, so that's good. But I can't see not any problems. I just think our season started a bit later than others. We're really now into our stride, and I think it's really exciting that we can do that. There's some big games coming up. We get to the new year, and you would have played a lot of games, and hopefully pick up a lot of points to get you into that time, which we said before, the Christmas period onwards. That should be our bread and butter.
Yeah. Leicester, Dodgy?
I think, as Terry said, you don't really know what you're going to get with Leicester, and I think it's a good time to be playing them. What we will obviously see will be interesting. Will the team be rotated, or will it be more or less the same? I would imagine Hurst will come back in. It's just whether any changes will be made behind. You know, they did play last night with the travel. All that will kind of come into it with the sports science and stuff like that. But I can't see why they can't go there and win.
So the sports science then will play. So, for instance, a Wednesday night, Saturday game that will play a big part, will it? And what sort of things are they looking at then?
Well, these days, just say for example, your wingers, how much high speed they be covering, because obviously their hamstrings will be under a lot more strain than you would like to say a centre half who should be hopefully jockeying from side to side, not doing as much distance. Every player has different output, so they'll be looking at that kind of stuff. If you see frequently what players generally get changed most, the wingers, the strikers, they have the most output as in high speed wise. So it'll be interesting to see if he does make changes now that they are getting a real good run of form.
Are you saying that from a striker's point of view? Because I differ on that one.
I would say if a centre half is doing 10k in a game, he's in the wrong positions.
No, I would never do 10k. I must admit that.
So then you're obviously always in the right
There's
position.
nowhere near that, I tell you. I was nowhere near. I didn't know what 10k was when I played.
So there are cameras, there are things they wear that give all these stats?
Yeah, the vests, they have the GPS, they all have their heart rates, they'll have everything, anything possible, they'll go off. And then, sometimes people use numbers too much, and then you have managers who don't like to use it at all. It's about finding that balance, and obviously I feel like Ipswich have that at the moment.
I just feel a bit funny when you wear this thing on your chest. It looks like a bra. Not that I've ever worn a bra, I must say, in my time, but I just think that for me that would be awkward.
You know what? And I just say they're quite comfortable. They don't bother you in any way. It's the bit at the back, the little pod, because sometimes it can jump about in the back. So that's the annoying part. There's a pod inside the little vest that you have on, and the pod can jump about. Can be annoying. But they need to track everything, and everything is down to the T now.
Well, the only
if it jumps about, does it mean you've done like more steps? When I have my phone, if I go like this, it means I've done more steps.
Sometimes before the second half started, I used to just run around then to make it look like I'd done more.
Well, the only pod I like was a coffee pod. It's really weird, just having something in the back there. Well,
yeah, it generally just sticks on the back there, and you'd be amazed by the amount of tech that they have now, what it can get and what it can do.
I'd be frightened if I had that tech.
So when you were manager, Butch, how did you decide whether someone was going to be fit and healthy or not? Was it the player that told you that, or?
No, you just said you're training and you're playing. That's it. We never had sports science when I was a manager. When we didn't have the big enough squad, we didn't have enough money. All the teams that I've been with, but I would imagine now there's too much data. So, I mean, how much data comes before the manager and the coaches? Because it's just enormous now. On the opposition, on your own team. But I think you got to use the most important thing. George Burley always says is your eyes. Your eyes tell you, and you see it, and you speak very closely with your staff, particularly the sports science people, the doctors, the physios, etc. But most of all, importantly, I would think now they speak with the players as well, because it's how do the players feel? What do they think? Is it backed up? And it's very difficult, I would have thought, telling players that they can't train or can't play because you're in the red zone. You're in an area where you're most likely to get an injury, particularly if you're in a run of form, particularly if you're in the starting team. But that's a problem for the manager and everybody else to figure out. But it's great now that the players have this. They have all the facilities.
Do they accept it, Judgy? Do they accept this, or do they say, "Come on, Governor, I'm okay"?
There'll be a bit of that. Like if you get told I'm going to pull you, some players will go, "No, I feel completely fine." So it will be the manager making that judgment call. Really, they have data for when they go into warm up for before they even go outside. They do jump tests, this, that, and the other. And if some of the players' jump tests, for example, are down, they'll be like, maybe he's a bit fatigued. It will all gather up, stuff like that. But then also, you need to speak to the players. And I think Kieran trusts his staff enough, and he speaks to his players enough that I think he has the right balance. Whereas, I had Sam Allardyce before. He was total sports science based. Everything was done by the numbers, and people wouldn't think that with the way he was old school kind of managing.
There's the Ian Marshall story, isn't there?
Yeah.
When he strapped the heart monitor onto his dog.
Yeah.
Kicked the ball around with this monitor on the dog in the park, and then gave it in over the week on the Monday morning and was called in because they thought something was seriously wrong with him, but the monitor was actually on the dog. True story for me and Marshall.
But they actually have pre-activation or something they call, which is a warm-up before the warm-up to do.
Right.
So,
Yeah, they call it prehab now. So they do all tests on the players before they even go out to warm up on the grass. So it's to that extent, it's to that, massively in-depth kind of stuff.
when they get the data, because they will get the data, do they then put the data up on the boards? And then is that like a competition amongst the players to see?
To be fair, when I used to play, I used to like to see that I was top of the running chart. I used to like to see that kind of stuff. But then I think the older I got, I was like, right, got to kind of save yourself a little bit more, this, that, and the other. But you've got the younger lads who are literally, they will be flying to the board to see where they are on it. And it can be a good thing for a player, but it can also be a bad thing, because then you have players just running for the sake of running, not doing their job. So it's I'm for it when it's all used in the right way. And I know that's very hard to find at the moment, that balance, because players always want to play.
Yeah.
And they should always want to play, let's be honest.
I wouldn't even go and look at my reports if that was the case at all. I'd just completely ignore that.
But I mean, the likes of Kevin Beattie, was patched up so often, wasn't he, to play back in the day?
Yeah, I think sports science would have just rubbed their hands with Pete and just let him get on with it himself. But then we always trained when we really shouldn't have trained, because we had to get win bonuses, had to get the appearance money just to exist. So it's a different sort of responsibility then. But no, I think the beat would astound a lot of the fitness coaches and the sports scientists by just how athletic and strong he was.
Yeah. I think also, is there a lot more games being played now, and with the pace, I honestly think the pace of the game has jumped up quite a bit. So obviously that's why there's such a real look into sports science. There is a lot of games, a lot of international breaks, so I can understand why people use it a lot.
Were you ever told that you shouldn't be training, or there was a problem, or could be a problem?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, it happened under Paul Lambert when I signed here. We were in the championship at the time that season. We were doing okay, and then his sports science guy said, "Look, I'm going to pull you out of this game on Tuesday." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Your numbers are really high." And I was like, "I feel great. I'm fine." I spoke to Paul. Whatever. I played the game, but I only played 70 minutes, and I came off. But no, I'd be like you. I want to play. I felt good. I was in a run of form, so I wanted to keep playing.
I think I'd have had the coach by the neck if he told me they weren't playing.
But I could understand where they were coming from. It's looking after. I hadn't played so much coming from Brentford at the time, so I had gone from hardly playing to, I think I had 12 games in a row, all at 90 minutes. So they were thinking just maybe give you a bit of a breather, but
which is good. Yeah, you've got to say it is good, because you don't want to get injuries that could just keep on going and going and going, and then you lose form and you lose money and you lose all this sort of thing.
I'd say all within reason kind of stuff.
So, back to Leicester. What do you think the score's going to be, Butch?
We're going to win 3-0.
Okay. Fair enough. Judgy?
I'm going to go for a 2-1.
Okay, I'll go for 3-1 in honour of the legend is the beat. Right, you were passing the book over earlier on. Which one of you is going to read this out today? You
You're
going to do
better
that,
reader
Butch?
than me, aren't you?
Would you want me to read?
Yeah, go on. You
It's time for On This Day in History. Are you sitting comfortably, everybody?
Let me tell you a story. This is from Dan Botton's Ipswich Town on this day. Into the last month of the year, Saturday the 11th of December. It is 11th today, yes?
Yes.
1976. Town, on a run of 13 unbeaten games, were 1-0 down at St James's Park. The game with Newcastle United was abandoned at half-time due to a frozen pitch. You don't get many frozen pitches now. The replayed Division 1 game saw John Walk
Again.
earn a point for the Blues. Saturday the 11th of December 2004. Former QPR mascot Darren Curry scored on his Blues debut as Town defeated the Hoops 4-2 at Loftus Road. Wednesday the 12th of December 1973. Town moved into the UEFA Cup quarter-finals with a 3-1 aggregate win over 20 Enschede in Holland. Brian Hamilton and Peter Morris scored the crucial goals in the 2-1 victory before 18,000. He scored a good few goals for Town, didn't he, Peter Morris? And another one, Saturday the 12th of December 1992. Boncho Gunchev. I think that's right. Is that Gunchev?
Close enough. Gwenchev. Boncho. Please, nobody joining in, clearly. Okay.
Anyway,
Should we do that again? Boncho, Gwenchev, Boncho.
I'm glad I got you.
Carry on, Butch.
I'm glad I got you to read this because I wouldn't have been able to pronounce
okay,
it.
finished?
You have to be of a certain age to know that one.
Was he from Bulgaria?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Does it say it in the book?
No,
Oh.
it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a question I might get right. Anyway, the Bulgarian made his debut in a 3-1 home win over Manchester City. Mick Stockwell, Gavin Johnson and Paul Goddard scored.
Excellent.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Well
Well
done,
done. Well done. Very
Well,
good.
Thank you for the interruptions.
No, it's a pleasure. Time for this week's Man v Fat results. A very wet and windy night at Lindbergh Road, but the guys enjoyed some close games and also had an impressive week on the scales with a group loss of 8.8 kilograms. Well done to Town fan Jacob Gleed, who's been weighing in each week despite not playing due to injury, but continues to lose weight. And also to Dan Brand, who hit his 5% weight loss this week. So the scores this week. Not in Your Mum's Forest, 12. Ozempiakos, 0. Lake Norio's 6, Man Titty 4, RB Liposuction 8, Ips Chips Town 11. Hooray! Well done, the Chips. There we are with the Man v Fat results. So next week is our Christmas special. We'll be recording that in the Giant Willow Suite at Venue 16. We've got just under 200 people joining us for that. So it'll be really good fun and a good night. Unfortunately, we were hoping Tony Mowbray would be able to join us, but he can't make it, unfortunately, next week. But we do have a fantastic lineup, don't we, Butch?
Do we?
We do.
Oh, we do.
Yes, we do.
We do.
We're very positive. Russell will be there. Terry will be there. George Birdie's going to be there, and we're hoping one or two others will join us as well. But it'll be a good fun night, and looking forward to that next week. So that's it for this week. Judgy, great to see you. Thank you very much. Enjoying your media work?
Yeah, I am, and I appreciate you having me on again.
Yeah, that's good.
You're not on
welcome.
radio because you've got a face for radio.
Hey, I was waiting for that. I'm actually doing the radio at the weekend, so I was waiting for that to come out.
Some of us had a career with a face for radio, Butch.
You certainly did, and a very good career.
Yes.
And a very good face as well.
Thank you. Shall we finish there, everybody? Judgy, thank you very much. Give Alan Judge a big round of applause. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Capacity Crowd. We'll see you next week for our Christmas special. In the meantime, Blue Army!
Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army! Blue Army!
This has been a Life's a Pitch TV production. Main sponsor, DPS Tech. Also supported by Lakens, all about hearing. Seckford Golf Club, Ashford Wright, John Keeble Cars, GDS Builders, Venue 16, The Hudson Group, Come Hither Design, Sound 4 Pro Audio, and Suffolk Sound. Our charities this year: Cancer Support Suffolk, Forget Me Not Golf, and Come Back to Coffee.